The following program is produced by Marshfield Community Television.
I'm sorry that today I don't have my cooking partner with me, as he's outside mowing the lawn, trying to get that lawn mowed before it rains so that he can get some fertilizer, on the grass. So I have to go solo today. But anyway, I'll survive without him. So today we're going to make a Greek dressing for salad, and it's a pretty simple recipe. My daughter Megan gave me the recipe, and she finds all these great new recipes for me, which helps out a lot when you want something new. So we are going to start with 2/3 cup of Greek yogurt. And we bought just the regular yogurt, but I think the Greek yogurt is a little richer tasting, a little bit thicker. So Megan especially recommends using the Greek yogurt over just the regular. And then 1 tablespoon, I'm actually doubling this recipe. So it's 1 tablespoon of grated Parmesan. Now this is like the Parmesan that I would buy that's already grated, but it's a little bit not fine enough. So if you're just if you only need a small amount, I have my handy little Pampered Chef grater. So this works really nicely just to grate a little bit. When Father Burish is working with us and he brings pounds of Parmesan cheese, that's when we use the big food processor. But when you just want a little bit, just using a little chopper works great. Okay, now we are going to add 4 teaspoons of garlic. Now this is the already bought garlic that we buy that's already all cut and everything. If you use the cloves, then you would use 4 small cloves of garlic. 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And whenever we're making dressings or anything, we do use the extra virgin. I'm really off here, I can't see, sorry. 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And you can either use freshly squeezed or just out of the bottle. We're just going to have a pinch of salt. And Megan actually in her recipe said if you can find a pink Himalayan salt, which I've never found, I was actually looking for that. It said it's super salty and it just gives it the more Caesar-like taste that you would get when you go to restaurants. And then you can grind some pepper. 1 teaspoon of spicy mustard. And that is it for the ingredients. What's kind of interesting, which Gary says, we buy the Greek yogurt because it's thicker. But then it says to add some water if it's too thick. So he says, why don't we just use the regular yogurt? But I still think it's a little bit better by using the Greek. And then we're just going to stir this up. And I will be putting this on my salad, after I get it all stirred in. But anything that you make a day ahead or a few hours ahead even, to let all of the ingredients kind of settle in and the flavors come out, will make your dressing a lot better. We have a big event coming up that we're actually catering a wedding in June, and it's going to be for 250 people. Well, we've never done that many where we've done actually the full wedding from making all the food to the desserts, but this time we are. And one of the recipes that we're going to use will be the Caesar recipe because they want a nice salad. So I've got the dressing done, and now I'm just going to get my salad out. It's really any kind of greens. I just have some nice romaine that we cut up. So sometimes we buy the box, which is all the box of greens that have some purples and different colors in, which also make a really pretty salad. So you could do that. So I'm just going to pour on. You don't need a lot of dressing. I think sometimes when there's too much dressing on there, it just makes it too soggy. And then we're going to toss it. Now, I do have a story about my spoon and fork. So for our next show, we're actually going to be talking about a trip that we just took to Germany to see our traveling kids, Matthew and Alana. But I was looking for a recipe that I want to make, something that we had quite a bit in Germany, and I didn't find it yet, so I thought, well, we'll wait and talk about our trip on our next show. But one day we were in the apartment and we were ready to leave Berlin to go to Munich, and I looked in one of the kitchen cupboards. There was just this little cabinet, and there was a really pretty salad spoon and fork. So I took it out and I told the kids that, when we go to Munich, I should look for a new salad spoon and fork, because I only have one nice set that I like to use when I'm doing a salad like this, and I really could use two. So in a couple of minutes, Matthew came out and he had something wrapped in this towel, and he said, well, this is as good a time as any to give this to you. So here it was, a salad spoon and fork that they had purchased different ones when they were in Africa, and they're all, handmade and carved, and the one he actually gave me was of a giraffe. But we brought home several that they had purchased, and he said, pick whichever one I want. So I actually picked an elephant, which I think is really cool. So they're all hand, carved, and even on the back it shows the elephant's tail. So, and this is heavier, it's longer, because with some of the salad bowls that we use on a larger catering event, it's a bigger bowl, and some of the salad forks and spoons that they had purchased were shorter. So, but anyway, so that's all I'm going to say for now about our trip to Germany, and we'll tell you more on our next episode. So I'm just putting our salad on a couple of plates. And then, being a Caesar salad, all you then have to do is just top it then with a little bit of grated cheese, which is like the cheddar or the Parmesan cheese that I had put in my little chopper to chop more finely. Some of these recipes will call for the grated cheese that you can buy in the can, which was what we actually used when we were growing up. If we were making a pizza or something, and you'd add extra cheese. But now that we know what really nicer cheese is and how much better it is, we like to grate it. So that was a pretty simple recipe, and hopefully when we have to plate 250 of these, or well, I guess we actually won't be plating it, people will be helping themselves, but we'll be making enough for 250 people. Hopefully it turns out well in June, and they'll enjoy their salad. So that's it for today. Hopefully Gary gets his lawn mowed before it starts raining, and from A Slice of Heaven, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. So until next time, happy cooking.